friends, Kim here from Stamping Imperfection. I'm going to make 3 cards today using these 2 stamp sets from the July Hedgehog Hollow subscription box. This is all about retro. I have 4 card bases here that are cut 4 1/4 by 11. I just cut 2 pieces of cardstock in half at 4 1/2 by 11, or excuse me, 4 1/4 by 11, and I scored them all at 5 1/2. So now I'm just giving them a good fold. These are all going to be single layer cards. I'll need 1 piece of white scrap paper to stamp some of my sentiments onto, and that will be it. These will be just super quick and easy cards to make. And I love this 6 by 8 set. This is called Atomic Age, and I just love it. It's just so retro and fun. And I decided that I wanted to use some of the patterns, so I'm just trying to line up my block so I know where I need to put it so that it's on the edge. Sometimes with the clear stamps it's actually hard to see where they're landing, and I'm just making sure I know where the lines on my block line up with the edge of my card and with the to be perfectly straight. So I am inking it up with the Color Hive clear ink. Excuse me. And I'm going to stamp it twice, and I'm kind of piecing the pattern together there. They line up beautifully. And now I'm just going to add some white embossing powder over the top of it, and I'm going to put it aside, someplace where it's not going to get touched. For my second card, I am using some washi tape so that I can line my stamp up with the washi tape. I used my T-square ruler to make sure that washi tape was nice and straight. And again, I'm just lining up the pattern. I'll put that white embossing powder on again and put that aside and heat set it in just a couple of minutes when I'm all done with all 3 cards. Now, you will want to make sure you use your powder tool. I don't use a powder tool because I'm allergic to all kinds of powders. So I just brush off the excess with a paintbrush, and if it's not perfect, oh well. So I took all of those fantastic little stamps and put them all on one big block, and now I'm just covering the whole back, and I kept one of the little ones to put on a small block so I could fill in any spaces I missed with the stamps on the large block. I love stamp sets like this that you can use a bunch of small stamps or even a bunch of large ones all together to create a really nice background. So I heat set all of those, and I'm just cleaning up my workspace with my polish and cleanup brush there. I love that brush that came in the kit. And now I'm using 2 of the neon inks from Maker Forte. These are the Color Hive inks. And the orange is called Outrageous. The yellow is called Yellowstone. And what I'm loving about these colors is that they blend so lightly. Like, I have ink pad collections that I love, but I always find that when I do ink blending, I get these bold, bright card backgrounds, which I love. But lately I've wanted softer backgrounds, and you have to have such a light hand to do that. And I think for me, it's taken more practice to get that light hand than to do any ink blending whatsoever. So what I love about these is look how beautifully light these are. Like, they just look like soft pastel colors, but when you stamp them, like, the colors are actually almost blinding. They're so bright and bold, but they just went on so beautifully soft, and I think it's just lovely the way these ink blend onto paper. Now, the regular inks that aren't the neon ones are nice. Like, they aren't this soft when you ink blend them, which is nice. I love that there are options of inks at Maker Forte. Like, I think this is really fun. So I really ink blended over all the embossing, and my lights are really bright, so that embossing isn't showing up very well here. At the end of the video, you'll see the finished cards. I tried to get a shot that didn't have quite so much light in it. so you could actually see the backgrounds a little bit better. But I love these backgrounds. I think that the colors are soft and pretty, and I think that those retro stamps are just so much fun. So I just used these two colors on all three card panels. I liked it so much the first time. I mean, I have a few of the other neon ink colors also, but for some reason I was just in the mood for yellow and orange today. And once I did the first one, I liked it so much I had to do the other two with the same colors. So I pulled out 3 of the sentiments from the smaller stamp set. This is called Mid-Century. I love these. These look like movie theater marquees and the town diner marquee. Like, I just love them. They're so much fun. And so I stamped them in my Color Hive black ink, and then I very quickly added my black embossing powder, and then I heat set them. So now I'm going to go ahead and fussy cut these out, and I'm just going to use a little pair of scissors and go ahead and fussy cut them out. Once I got them fussy cut out, I decided I wanted to add some color to them, so I pulled out a dark yellow and a light yellow, and a dark orange and a light orange, and I just did a little bit of coloring with my Copic markers. You could use watercolors, you could use colored pencils, whatever you have. You could actually use your ink pads and just take a wet paintbrush with not too much water on it and do the same thing. Like, those are dye inks, so they watercolor very nicely. And now I'm just going to attach those to the cards with some foam tape. And everyone will be a little different because every background is different. And I use 3 different sentiments, so they'll all look a little bit different, but they're all clean and simple. Sometimes you just want a clean and simple card. Like, these cards would actually work for a male or a female. Like, these are perfectly fine masculine cards, perfectly fine feminine cards. I just feel like they work really well. When I flipped it over, I got a smudge of something on the front of that card, so I used my sanded eraser, which of course took the ink off, and I just added some ink. And I'll work on ink blending that a couple more times, and it'll still be nice and light. It's just so pretty. So I did the same thing here with my markers, and I was just having fun with it. And it's nice and shiny because it is heat embossed. So I'm just, again, adding the foam tape. And this one is a vertical sentiment, so I'll put it right over that border that I have. So I'm just working on my blending a little more here. Sometimes I find if I let it dry a little bit, I can blend it a little bit more. Now, I didn't love this one against the card, so I put the foam on. I was thinking, what can I do to fix this? And I thought, it needs a little cardstock. So I have this bright yellow from Maker Forte that this is like I love this yellow. The color is just, it's like an orangey yellow, and the color is just so bright and vibrant. It's one of my favorite colors of cardstock, so I have to get some more of this. I don't know what the color is called. I'm not sure if it's Yellowstone or something else, but I really like it. They have a gorgeous purple also, Maker Forte does, like just beautiful. So I just lined it up and cut a little bit wider around the sentiment so that just shows up a little bit there. And I decided, as I'm looking at it, I want to color the rest of the sentiment in orange. I don't like the white, so I'm going to color that in. This just makes me happier. I love color. I don't know, I just love bright, bold colors, but like I said, lately I've been in the mood for the pastel for the backgrounds. So here I am using those on the hook tweezers from Maker Forte. And we got those in one of our subscription boxes was it last month or the month before? I don't even remember what month it was, but I was delighted to get those. And then, of course, the magic wand tool, and I use that to actually add the glue, and that's going to complete my cards. If you're not subscribed, I would love to have you subscribe to my channel and click that bell so you get notifications every time I upload a new video. And please give this video a like. I will put all the links to the products below, and which is basically the Hedgehog Hollow subscription box, but I'll put links to the tools and everything below. Thank you so much for watching, friends. Have a wonderful day.